Have you ever noticed that the more calmly you explain something, the more stubborn some people become? You present facts, you stay respectful, you answer every objection with patience. Yet somehow the conversation ends exactly where it began. They're still convinced they're right, and you're left mentally exhausted. It feels irrational because it is. Most people think arguments are contests of intelligence. Psychology suggests they're usually contests of identity. And once identity enters the conversation, truth quietly leaves the room. Arthur Schopenhauer understood this long before modern psychology existed. He believed most people don't argue to discover what's true. They argue to protect what they already believe. That's why intelligence alone cannot win every debate. You're trying to solve a problem with logic while the other person is protecting their pride. Those are two completely different goals. The more evidence you provide, the more their mind searches for reasons to reject it. You're not fighting ignorance, you're fighting the human ego. The first truth is, people protect identity before truth. We like to believe we're rational creatures who change our minds when new evidence appears. But the brain often works in reverse. It chooses a conclusion first, then searches for reasons to defend it. When someone feels personally attacked, facts stop sounding like information and start sounding like threats. That's why some people reject obvious evidence without even considering it. They're defending who they think they are, not what they think is true. Psychologists call one part of this the Kruger Effect. People with limited knowledge often appear the most confident because they lack the awareness to recognize their own mistakes. Meanwhile, people who truly understand a subject usually see its complexity. They ask more questions, they speak with more caution. Confidence isn't proof of wisdom. Sometimes it's proof that someone hasn't yet discovered how much they don't know. The second truth is, not every mind wants understanding. Intelligent people often believe every disagreement can be solved with one better explanation, but some conversations aren't searching for clarity. They're searching for victory. Once you realize the other person wants to win instead of learn, the smartest move is no longer speaking better. It's knowing when to stop speaking altogether. The third truth is, attention is your greatest asset. Every pointless argument costs something you'll never get back. Not just time, but focus. After the conversation ends, your mind keeps replaying it. You imagine stronger responses. You replay every sentence. Meanwhile, the other person has already forgotten about it. They continue living exactly as before while you're carrying the emotional weight. The greatest cost of arguing with foolish people isn't losing the debate, it's losing your peace. This is where many intelligent people fall into another trap. The need to be right. Deep down, they aren't only defending the truth, they're hoping the other person will finally admit you were right. But that moment rarely comes. Pride is one of the strongest forces in human psychology. People will often protect their ego long after the evidence has turned against them. Waiting for validation from someone committed to misunderstanding you only gives them control over your emotions. So what should you do instead? Observe before reacting. Ask yourself one question. Is this person curious, or are they simply trying to win? Curious people ask questions. Defensive people interrupt, dismiss, and repeat themselves. Once you recognize the difference, you stop wasting energy on conversations that have no destination. Wisdom isn't convincing everyone. Wisdom is recognizing who is capable of listening. Schopenhauer believed that intelligence isn't measured by how many arguments you win. It's measured by how well you protect your mind from unnecessary conflict. Some minds are open like windows, others are closed like walls. You can spend hours pushing against a wall, but it never becomes a door. The wiser choice is simply to keep walking. Silence is often misunderstood as weakness. In reality, silence can be the highest form of confidence. When you no longer feel the need to correct every mistake or challenge every foolish opinion, something changes inside you. Your attention returns to your own goals, your creativity returns, your emotional energy returns. Instead of reacting to every opinion around you, you begin building a life that no longer depends on being understood by everyone. The most powerful people aren't those who defeat every opponent. They're the ones who choose their battles with precision. They know that every unnecessary argument steals energy from what truly matters. Peace isn't surrender, it's discipline. It's understanding that your mind is too valuable to be rented out to every loud opinion you encounter. So the next time someone invites you into an endless debate, pause before answering. Ask yourself one simple question. Will this conversation create understanding or only more noise? Because the moment you stop trying to win every argument is the moment you begin winning something far more valuable, your own peace of mind. Which of these truths changed the way you see arguments? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy exploring the hidden psychology behind human behavior, subscribe to Teeh Psyche for more thought-provoking documentaries every week.